Apple's most confusing laptop just got a whole lot more interesting. Say hello to the M5 MacBook Pro. Is the low-end 14-inch MacBook Pro a hidden gem or a forgotten stepchild in Apple's lineup? It's a question that's plagued Mac enthusiasts for years. Its existence seems almost paradoxical, sandwiched between the ultra-portable MacBook Air and the powerhouse Pro models. But now, with the introduction of Apple's groundbreaking M5 chip, this awkward laptop might finally have found its reason to be. The M5, one giant leap for Apple silicon. Yes, you read that right, the M5. It's numerically superior to the M4, obviously, but the real story lies in what this new silicon brings to the table. Forget incremental upgrades. Apple is promising a significant jump in performance, showcasing the future of the entire Mac ecosystem. And the 14-inch MacBook Pro is the first to get it. Think of it as a sneak peek into the future of Macs. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this enough to make the base MacBook Pro a compelling choice? Or does it simply highlight the existing tension within Apple's product strategy? A familiar face, a revolutionary heart. Let's be honest, the M5 MacBook Pro's exterior is largely unchanged. Apple has been using this design since late 2021, with the release of the M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBook Pros. We're talking about the same chassis, the same port selection, and the same overall aesthetic. So, if you were hoping for a radical redesign, prepare to be disappointed. For those upgrading from older Intel-based Macs, remember the Touch Bar, or even the early M1, M2 MacBook Pro designs? The current design offers a welcome set of features. You get a stunning display. The 14-inch screen boasts mini LED technology for incredible brightness and contrast, and a buttery smooth 120 Hz ProMotion refresh rate. The optional nano-texture matte finish is a godsend for anyone working in bright environments. A proper cooling system. Unlike the fanless MacBook Air, the Pro has a cooling fan, leading to better sustained performance under heavy workloads. No more frustrating performance throttling. A generous port selection. 3 Thunderbolt ports, an HDMI port, and an SD card slot give you plenty of connectivity options without the need for dongles. A huge plus for creative professionals. The return of MagSafe charging is also a nice touch. However, the 14-inch MacBook Pro is nearly identical in weight to the 15-inch MacBook Air. So, if screen real estate is your primary concern, the Air might still be the better option. The M5 under the microscope, benchmarks and beyond, the real magic happens under the hood. The M5 is built on the same foundation as the M4, featuring 4 high-performance CPU cores, 6 high-efficiency CPU cores, 10 GPU cores, and a 16-core neural engine. And this is the part most people miss. The M5's improvements aren't just about raw clock speeds. Apple has focused on enhancing memory bandwidth, increasing it by a substantial 27.5% to 153 GB per second. This helps the integrated GPU perform even better, as it is often bottlenecked by memory bandwidths. Apple has also added dedicated neural accelerators to each GPU core. These accelerators handle specific tasks like Metal FX upscaling and frame generation, freeing up the main neural engine for other AI-related tasks. Apple claims over 4 times peak GPU compute compared to M4, leading to faster AI language models and image generation. In our testing, the M5 delivered impressive results. CPU performance, single-threaded performance saw a 12 to 16% improvement over the M4, while multi-core performance jumped by 20 to 30%. GPU performance, graphics benchmarks showed a remarkable 40% improvement, with some tests even exceeding 60 to 70%. These numbers translate to a noticeably faster experience in real-world applications. The M5 often surpasses the performance of older generation Pro and Max chips in CPU-intensive tasks. It's close to the M4 Pro, beats the M3 Pro, and even outpaces the M1 Max in multi-core performance. In other words, the M5 brings significant improvements over the M1, making it a worthwhile upgrade for users still on older hardware. In a world where PC performance gains have slowed down, Apple is still delivering impressive results. The power struggle, efficiency versus performance. There's always a catch, right? Our testing revealed that the M5 consumes more power than the M4 when all CPU cores are under heavy load. Using the macOS Power Metrics tool, we observed an average power draw of 28 watts during video encoding, compared to 17 watts for the M4. Here's a controversial interpretation. Apple might be pushing the M5's clock speeds more aggressively to extract maximum performance, potentially at the expense of power efficiency. This could be due to the relatively minor improvements in the latest 3-nanometer manufacturing process. While the M5's power draw is higher than the M4's, it's still lower than older Pro and Max chips. And Apple's overall efficiency remains superior to Intel and AMD in the high-end segment. The verdict: an excellent chip in a complicated package. The low-end 14-inch MacBook Pro remains an enigma. It's more expensive than the MacBook Air, but lacks the raw power of the higher-end Pro models. The M5 version doesn't fundamentally change this dynamic. If you don't need the Pro Motion display or the extra ports, the MacBook Air is likely a better choice. However, if you prioritize screen quality above all else, the low-end Pro offers a compelling experience. The optional matte display is a worthwhile upgrade, and the improved refresh rate makes everything look smoother and more responsive. Ultimately, the M5 MacBook Pro is most exciting as a showcase for Apple's latest silicon. It's a glimpse into the future of the Mac ecosystem, and it's undeniably impressive. For those still using older Intel-based Macs or M1 class machines, the M5 represents a significant upgrade. The good M5 is a solid performer, attractive design, excellent keyboard and trackpad, great speakers, versatile ports, and a top-notch display. The optional nano-texture display eliminates glare. The bad? Hard to recommend over other Apple laptops if you don't need a ProMotion screen. Slightly heavier than other laptops in its class. M5 can consume more power than the M4. The ugly high price for RAM and storage upgrades, and a $150 upcharge for the nano-texture display. What do you think? Is the M5 enough to make the low-end MacBook Pro a worthwhile purchase, or is it still stuck in no man's land? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with the assessment that Apple is prioritizing performance over efficiency with the M5? Let's discuss.